This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so today we are going to learn HashiCorp Vault. Now, what is HashiCorp Vault? That is a very important question. So, see, nowadays we are having lots of different tools, different certificates, so many password for the projects, and SSL keys and stuff like that, tokens and all. So do we have any places where we can centralize keep it, and not only keep it but also we can also give the access to these secrets, these passwords, those who needs it, and maybe we can also revoke it when they don't need it, so something like that. So we need a some tool which is for managing secrets for the enterprises. So is in the same direction. Using Vault, you can manage secrets and protect sensitive data. So using Vault, you can secure, store, and tightly control access to tokens, passwords, certificate, keys, and so on. How can you access HashiCorp Vault? So you can access through the UI. You have a UI, and then you can access through the command line anyways. And Vault also support HTTP API, so that means you can also connect to the API. So all three methods which is available. Okay, so yeah, which way Vault will help you to manage the your secrets life cycle. And now when we say life cycle of the secrets, something like you can create a secret, you can update the secrets, you can delete the secrets. So this is the complete life cycle which is managed by Vault. This tool is written in Go. In fact, all the products which has been coming from the HashiCorp. So I think some of the tools we covered in the past, like Terraform and all. So that all are written in Go. So the the moment we say like it's written in Go, it supports the multiple programming languages. And the beautiful part of the Vault is like same executable which will act like a client also and server. That means you don't need a two different executable to get it working. Now this image is very important, you to understand that this is the, you can think as if like architecture. I'll discuss this one in a little bit later also, but look at this. Centralize, you have a Vault server, and then how can you access the Vault server? So you have a different ways to access, like a command line, website, or API. So these are the users can access, or application can access, or anyone can access, those who needs it. And then you can access this Vault server, and what you can access. So the most important thing is like you can access secrets, the one which is being stored at by managing the Vault server. Now, how the Vault should be allowed to authenticate, that is important. So how should be allowed to authenticate? Like you need a password to log into Vault, or a token, or certificate, or keys, or some different methods. So that multiple methods is supported by authentication method is supported by Vault. And who should be having what kind of access, that is called authorization basically. So that is managed by policies at a Vault server. Now who has access what, and kind of what someone has done it with the secrets. So complete audit reports you can see at the Vault server itself. So yeah, fundamentally four different components you have it, and this is how it works. So Vault you can install in your desktop also, any operating system as such. And there is a three versions, three primarily release they have it. One is like open source, which you can use it in this program, will use the open source, but also you can use a cloud and enterprises also. So three offerings they have for this purpose. Again, cloud and enterprises are paid one. So again, for learning purpose, you don't need to know, but yeah, once your organizations are onboarding, they will have to pay for it and get going. Okay, so these are the some of the stuff which we have. Any questions so far? Any questions so far?
No, Rajesh. Fine.
Okay, so what are the some common use cases for Vault? So I think very straightforward. We can understand nothing great about it, like secret management. Now, secret can be anything. You want to do the CRUD of the secrets, you can do that. But Vault is also helping you for dynamic secrets. Dynamic secrets means it will generate a secrets. It will update the application, and that also possibilities you have it. It can manage your Kubernetes secrets also, and also it can rotate the database password also. So many functionality Vault has it. You can also the certificate management in terms of 509 x 509 certificate on demand you can ask to generate using PKI infrastructure. Identity based access also, you have a very data encryption and tokenization and key management. So these are the some of the use cases of Vault. Now now how do we interact? So more or less we have understood um, and that there are three methods using that you can interact with Vault server. So while learning, you need to start the Vault server. Okay. So there are multiple modes are available for the Vault server, but for learning, typically we start the Vault server in a development mode. So what is the development mode? So in development mode, I mean, whenever you start this server, I'll show you the demo. We start the server in dev mode. Then in that case, the keys which is stored at the secrets, which is not sealed, so that way it will be faster you to use it. But if you are using in the production server, all the secrets are sealed and then you have to unseal. So there's a one key for unsealing and then using. So that is the way. So but if you want to use it for the learning purpose, you can start with the dev server. Okay, so how do we run the Vault? Simple, I just said one important statement, like same executable which will work for the client also, and same executable which will work for the server also. So there's no problem in it. Okay, and then you can start the Vault and access the Vault using API, CLI, or UI, whatever it is. Okay, so how do we get started with it? So basically, uh, this I'll show through the demo. You can start in the Windows also. You can start in Linux also. So it's up to you. And Mac also. So this I'll show the demo anyway. So I'll just ignore it. Seal and unseal concept. You know that we have discussed. Yep. CLI, UI, and app API. Will show that through the demo. Okay. So that is the something we need to remember. And so now next one is, let's say if you set up a Vault server, how do you want to log in? How do you want to log in? Okay, so I think this is the image which I was looking for, because this image basically helps you to summarize every capability of Vault. Okay, so now if you see the left side, you have plenty of options available, including token, and then PKI certificate, GitHub, Kubernetes, Okta, LDAP, and all kind of thing, AWS, Azure, Google Cloud, and all. So these are the authentication method which is supported by HashiCorp Vault. See, by default is token. Okay, that we will use now. But let's say if you want Vault to access those who's having the Azure access. or those who's having the AWS access, or those who's having the GitHub access. So those authentication methods also sorry, is supported by Vault. Okay, so please understand this way. Second thing, look at the extreme right side. What are the options we have? So the question is where do we store the secrets? There should be some backend, right? Some sort of storage for storing the secrets. So the question is, where do we store the secrets, and in what format you want to store? That is a question. Backend storage. We call it a storage engine, secret engine. Sorry, secret engines. But at a high level, you can understand storage. Simple. So by default, okay, by default, HashiCorp has one database, and that type of the database they call it a key and value type, which is you can see on the top. Okay, but you say no, I don't want to use that one. I want to store the secrets in the MySQL or Postgres, Oracle, or AWS, Google, Azure. That options also you have available. So right side which you see is all sort of backends for storing the secret, and internally whichever the options you go for it, their patterns will be opted for it. So that is clear, all of you?
Yes, that is fine.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now the who should have access, and the access to what limit, and that we define in the policies. Middle section which you see is a part of the server. So that means if you look at the architecture, HashiCorp is a so distributed architecture. Basically, you can plug and play anything which you like to have it. You say, no, I want different authentication system. So HashiCorp Vault supports it. You say, I want a different storage for storing the secrets. HashiCorp manage it. And then security in terms of authorization policies and all, they have inbuilt. All three methods you can access again: APIs, command line, and website. What else you need actually? So this is the overall architecture of HashiCorp. So now though we can have a number of discussions here and there, but I will go ahead and show you the demo. Will that be okay? So HashiCorp Vault and type DevOps School. Okay, and here you will find a lot of tutorials, but it's so many things has come and even I'm lost. So I'll go to the website and I will search for HashiCorp Vault on the website. Okay, now what you have here is basically the lab exercise, lab manuals. Okay, so this is something I want. So let's say if you want to try for Linux, so here you have a Linux, all this thing. And let's say you want to try for Windows, so here you have 1 2 3 4, all this thing. Okay, so first I will show you with the Windows, and then we'll migrate to Linux. We can do that, but let me remind you, the command and all, it will be same in Windows, Linux, Mac, everything will be same. So why I'm trying in Windows? I am trying in Windows because their websites open up in the local host mode, and I can access from the my host machine only. So that is the region. Okay, so let me go for first session, and that is just HashiCorp Vault Windows. Okay, and here you have everything. So this is the Vault Windows Lab Manual 1. Now where do we get the executables? So simply you type HashiCorp Vault download, though you will have all the instructions here. Okay, but you should spend some time with the official documents also, uh, to make you comfortable. So here you have a Mac, Windows, Linux, some other platforms also. I've not used it, NetBSD and all kind of things. So in a Windows, I have which architecture? So mine is AMD 64 architecture. So I will click on and download. Okay. So it's a 162 MB, the file. Actually, I have already downloaded in local, but just because I'm showing you the demo, so uh, I'm downloading the latest one. But uh, I usually keep all of my executables in this directory, if you remember. So Vault, right? Vault. Here it is. So this is the executable. I think this I got it in 2004, mid of it. It's almost 1 year old, I guess. Right? So I will delete this one because anyways I'm getting the new one. Right? So just wait for a few seconds and then we will get it. Almost done. Okay, so I think it's taking a few seconds extra. Done. Okay, so now I'm going to extract this one. Now this is the one. So license, what is this? This is just Instagram doc. Okay, so that is here I copied. That's all. So nothing great. Let me remind you, this same executable which will work as a client and same executable work as a server. So no need to download multiple software. Now typically what I do in order to access it easily on the command line, I set this one in the environment variable. You see here, I set this here somewhere. Where is that? env, right? It's here. Yes, environment variable. So if you see the path somewhere, you see here it is. Got it? So this way it will make you the accessing the executables faster. Any questions so far?
No.
Okay, so now what to do? So I'm going to open up a two console, okay? Because I have to use it as a client and then server, right? Together. So you can use a PowerShell or command line, anything which you like it. There's no specification as such. So this is my first one and this is my second one. Can I rename it? Is it possible? Yeah, it's possible. Vault client Wonderful. And then this one, Vault Server. So I think you will not get confused. Okay. So this is the client spelling mistake, I guess. Okay. So first thing, what I'm going to do, a Vault Server, I'm going to start it. So how do we start it? Okay. So for that, just you have to follow my documents, and this will help you. So just you can check this, which version of Vault you have downloaded, and you can see that it's 1.19, pretty fast development they have it. You can also check where is the Vault, where is not working, which Vault. It's a PowerShell, right? So this is also not working. No problem. Okay, so clear the screen. Now, if you want to know all the command lines, help, you can try. Nothing great. And here you have all the options. Okay, so these are the most important commands, and then these are the another one. Now the question is, how do we start the Vault server? So if you remember, if you start only using Vault server, then your engine, which is a default key and value, will be sealed, and for that you have to unseal it and then use it. But for learning, you can add the flag, which is a -dev, so that way you don't have to struggle around. So clear the screen and run this. So dev mode, I'm running the server. Now once you run the first time the devs Vault server, you will get the super admin privileges. I must ask you to store it down here. Okay, and now just understand this, you got everything. So first thing, what Vault is saying, hey, you want to set the Vault this as a default, okay, every time, then set this in the environment in PowerShell. If you're using command line, you can run this command, but I'm using PowerShell, so I should run this command. Okay, now unshield key is this one, but you don't have to use it. Why? Because I have already started in the dev mode. This is your root password. You can call it token, not a password, by the way. Okay, so this is important, and this has to be protected very carefully, because this guy will have every access whatsoever is possible. Okay, so can we set this localhost port number? So here you have to set in the client, remember that. Server, I lost the console. Okay, done. So that is done. Now what you can also do, you can also set the token also, so that way you don't have to insert it again and again. So here this is this one, enter. So I set this $root token, so that is good to go. So now that means you have set up the environment. So what you did, the client, you said, hey, this is my server, and this as a variable you set as a token. That's all. Now you have to log in. So what do we do in this case? So just you type vault login. Now wait a second. Why you have not to type a vault login? Because address automatically it will take from the environment, right? And now here this token will be prompted, and you can pass this token, enter, logged. Now see, so basically what we did, nothing great. We set up a server is running in the same machine. We set up a client, okay, and then you log into the Vault server. Understood? Any questions so far?
Yeah, guys, just one question. Where this Vault server for the authentication is required? I mean, what is the use of that?
So see, Vault server will manage all of your secrets. Think about it.
Okay.
So if Vault server have no authentication, anyone can access the secret. No,
Hmm.
correct now.
Okay. So
See,
basically,
you
this
have
is for authentication purpose.
you have your Gmail ID, right? You
Hmm.
log in and then with the password, so you access it your Gmail. So same way in the Vault server, we stored every secrets.
Okay.
So there should be some authentication method, right? And
Hmm.
then now the question is, this is the server you set up. So there will be one user with the root access, right? Correct now? And root token. So this root token is the one which has every access. But now after that, now we'll say, hey, let me create a team, let me add a other user, give the permission, read only, write only. All this thing you will do later point of the time, right?
Yeah. Got it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so this is something. How can we set up a server? How can we set up a client? And how do we log in it? You can also, I mean, plenty of commands we have it, which you can try it out again. This manual will help you anyways. But yeah, this is something which you got it. Now, next thing is we got it done. Now, what authentication method I tried? I tried the token. Remember that here it prompted the token, which is like a CLI. This is a CLI I tried. Correct now? But the question is, how can I try using web? How can I try using APIs? So for APIs, I want to show you that. So for that, this is the API request. So let me set it up. I'm opening up a new console, okay? And here, this one I'm setting up. API is like a curl and all, so you can make it this one. So here, what you are doing, this you are setting on variable, and this is a token. I set this token variable already, and this is the PowerShell command, okay? You can use a curl command also in other operating system and all. So here you are invoking the web request URL. This is the URL which I set it up earlier. Okay, this vault address, if you remember, and this password token has been passed in the header, and run this. So this is just a setting a variable, and after that I'm going to execute it. So let me set this. Okay, so here it says this one could not be parsed. Why? It not parsed because I set this one here, not in that console. So I have to set this one also. Oh, oh, oh. Just enter. And now, what is this? Okay, token is also is not set here in this. So I've set the token. Permission denied. That's a second issue. Now it should be okay. Uh, why the permission denied now? Let me check. I set this one clearly. Let me check what was set or not set. Ah, it's not set. That's the reason. So resp is dot. That you see that it's not set. So why is not set? uh, everything seems to be okay, but permission denied. Just give me a second. So let me set one more time this one. Second is the key. Hopefully this is right. Yeah, correct. Enter. Strange. Permission denied. Okay, my bad. I think it is a problem. I got to know the solution. I have not set this. So let me set this. Token I did not set. But here it is there, no? Okay, let me try one more time. Maybe I have forgotten. Copy paste is a problem. Enter. Done. Okay, so this was not done. So here I set this one, but you have to set the header. So this one, which is will be used here. So this is the way you can log in using PowerShell API. Now next thing is how can we access through UI? So the port number is 8200. You can open up like this localhost. I'm running in my server, right? And UI, and you see that, and the token I'm having it already, which is this one. And you have a few other authentication method, but we have not enabled any of these, right? So default is token, and done. Now this is your website, and some of the informations you have here. For example, what are the secret engine? Secret engine, remember that secret engine is nothing but the where the secrets will be stored, where the secret will be stored. So you have a two things. One is key and value type. This is the type named with the secret. Don't go with the name, go with the type. That means you can store. This is the default one. And second default one is per token private secret storage. So this one I'm using it for admin root and all, and this is the one for ours purpose. For that you can store the extra one. Now if you want more storage type or something, so what do we do? So here new engine, and you see that whatever I showed you on the slides, it is there. So let's say you want to store at the database, some database. Here it is. What is the name of it? So you have to enable MySQL. This is the path, API path, and then these are the things you have to do, and then enable. Now you have to connect to the database. So MySQL is the endpoint API. Now you have to connect to the MySQL API using that connections, and good to go. Okay. So this is the way you can create multiple backends. That means wherever you want to store your secrets, HashiCorp Vault supports it. Are you having clarity on this?
Yes, it is clear.
Okay. Now the question is, which are the authentication method? So by default, it's a plain server, right? So token is the only one. This one, because of this, it was working, right? So you have a token one, which is default, but you say, no, token is okay, but I want LDAP. What do you do? So authentication method, new, and here you have LDAP somewhere downside, and you enable LDAP, and you have to configure it all this thing properly, and done. Now where's your LDAP server, password, and all this thing you have to configure. It's a one-time activity, but you are done. And now you can authenticate after configuring this one and testing it. You can log into Vault server using LDAP also, token also. So now you saw that this all here you have a backend where the secret stored. You can have as many you wanted. Authentication server, you can have as many you wanted. And then how do you protect that, who should be accessing what? And that is policies here somewhere. So say root, you cannot delete it. Root is the first user and have a super privileges. You cannot delete it, but you can create as many policies you wanted to protect who should what have a what access. This user should have a read, write, execute, CRUD access, all this thing, where it should be having access. So all this policy you can create. There's one default has been given. You can look at this. So remember that it's an API based concept. So here when you see, this is the path. What access you want? Read access. This is the path. What access you want? Update access. So these are the basically you can say policies, not user. User is not here. Okay. Policy 1, policy 2, policy. So like this you have a policies. Okay. Now here you have a different format of policies to learn. So you can learn here. See here, create, read, update, delete, list, every access. You can also specify star, but this is just a teaching you, right? So way to access. So these are the policies. Okay, but the policies has to apply to some users, right? Where do you see? And that is where you will see the policies user. Okay, so there is a one problem in the UI part. So here you can see the policies very well, but there is no user actually as such here, right? There's no as such user. So yes, I recall that in the open source UI, users is not supported from UI, but that does not mean you cannot create. I'll create a user for you and I'll show you that through command line. Okay, so that is a problem here. You cannot create a user. I don't know why they have not added this capability, but yeah, this is how it is. So these are all the policies you can create and assign that to user. So now what I'm going to do, I am going to show you how to add user and the password. Okay, so that way you will get little comfortable on that part also. So where is my here? So authentication, this one. Okay, so I'm going to create one user. Now I have already logged in, so I don't have to log in here. Okay, so okay, this is my client. I have already logged in, so I don't have to log in. So now the question is, how do we create a user? So here, in order to create a user, see, whatever you did through UI, everything you can do through command line. Please must remember that. So I want to create a user. So now these all are the commands to try it out, but this command will help me to create a user. So here what we are saying, vault write, but what you want to write. So this is the API. Okay, and by the way, user pass I have not enabled. So user pass is means there is one model for it. So let me do through UI. That way it will be better. Earlier it used to come default, but now see here, this one. But now you have to enable. So I enabled this user. That means now my site can have user and password also. Token earlier it was there. See, this is the token. I added LDAP, but user pass is like for a user and password. Okay. Now let me see that UI got changed a little bit or not. No. So that means still that new version also you cannot add a user from UI. Let me go to the secret engine and see one more time, because I've not tried from last couple of months. So I just want to check that if they have added. So access user pass. Okay, now they have, yeah. So here you have it actually. No user at I can create. So basically I was trying to create through command line, but now you can do through UI also. See here, this command will help you to create a user. Name of the user is Ned and the password for it tacos. Like that you can create it. Okay, but because it's a UI enabled, I'll let you create through Rajesh 123 and hash 123. Save it. What is this? Hash is different. Done. Okay, so I created a Rajesh user and password is Rajesh123. Now can we log in now? So go to this incognito mode, enter, and not a token, username Rajesh and password is Rajesh123. Remember that I do not have access to most of the things because I have added a user and password, but not their what do you say? Uh, what do you say? Authentications to something. So that's the reason you don't have any access right now. So understood now? How do we enable authentication and then add a users and all?
Yes, yes.
Okay, now I'm going to show you the most important part of the HashiCorp Vault, and that is how do we store our secret? That is the thing. So now, before me showing you the command line, I want to validate if we have secret enabled through UI, because last version which I can recall, it was not having it. So I always see that if some changes has happened. Yeah, you have it. Secret version 2 has, you have it. So yes, you can create a secrets also. So let me create a secrets from UI itself, because for everything you can follow my, for command line you can follow my this one. So let me show you that part where you will create a secrets, and that is, just give me a second. Authentication working with policy, this one here. These commands will help you to store the secrets. KV means key value, the default storage. Put, these are the part of CRUD, and accounting is the name of your secret engine, and name of your API token, username and password. So these are the way to do that, but UI will be right now easier for you. So create a secrets, and now I don't want to give any path. So here key, my DB password, and Rajesh123. Save it. Now same thing you can do now. CRUD means create, read, update, delete. DB password. So now you see that this is the path. Okay. So here look at this. Uh, what is your secret engine? Name of this secret. Let me match the command line. It will be easy for you. See here. See here. So now, so now KV means type. Okay. So where's the type you have? So this is a database type. Okay. this is a KV type, you see here. I click here, and this is a token type. Okay, so put vault, KV means key and value type. What do you want? Put means add. Accounting means what? Accounting means this name. This is a, you can have a multiple KV also. Let me create one more KV for you, and this time named it accounting and create it. See here. Okay, so accounting is this name here. Now API token is what? So if you go here under the secrets, this is the API token. So you can create, just for your understanding here, site password and some password, save it. See here. So now you see here under the API token, I mean under the secret, this one KV type, API token and DVS. So like this. Now what is the D1? This is the key. And what is this? This is the value. This is the phrases. So if you go inside that, let's say API token, and here click on the secrets, site pass is a key. This is the key, and token value is this one, which you can see it. Now this all this thing you can copy and do all this thing. You can destroy, delete, copy, you can modify, create a new version. That means, let's say for this you modify one password, right? I want to add another password. So what to do? So modify this and save it. And now if you see that version 2, just go to this and see version 2 and go to the secret and see here version 2. But version 1 is also stored. Version 1 here, version 2 here. Are you seeing that, all of you?
Yes.
Yes.
So everything you can manage it. So UI will be easier. I think many things they added in last couple of months, and that's good part. But earlier, why I used to use it command line, because most of the things was possible through command line. But that's for automation. I think you can spend some time here on the UI for fast learning. Some tools are there. This is just for the API wrapper and all. That's not very important. And if you want to lock the vault, you can seal the lock. For unsealing, you need this one. Remember, if you forgot these two things, you are done. That means you will never able to recover it, your password. Okay, so I covered through UI, but for automation as a SRE engineer, you have to cover through command line because automation required that. So what I have done it, let me show you. I have created a manual for Linux and Windows both. See, so this is Linux, Windows, and all. So step-by-step guides are there. You can try it out, and I don't think so you'll get stuck because I have used so many times these all commands to validate it. Okay, any questions so far?
No.
Okay, so practice it and then let's connect tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to teach you one more tool, so that way it will help you. See you.
Rajesh, one thing. I mean, the Kubernetes do have